Yes, it is true. Glenn is a lumberjack and he's okay. Sleeps all night and he works all day. He wears high heels, suspenders, and a bra. He puts on women's clothing just like his dear mama. What? Who? By the way, what's with the Vato buttoning too? Like the all the way up to the neck. You know what I mean? Like, does he have the bottom out and then just like a white wife beater underneath? Jimmy will do a conspiracy theory about how related to Freemasons. He's welcome to. Knock yourself the fuck out. I can't go to the meeting tonight because I've got gunk and I don't want to spread it. Yeah. Yes, it was Monty Python. He's hiding his neck surgery. That's the theory. He get his getting a goiter taken care of, or has he got thyroid issues or something like that? Oh, Basil, I thought you were so rugged. All right, so this is Glenn's got some predictions for 2022. War with Russia and China. Glenn gives 6 2022 predictions from his well-lit cyber bunker. Fucking hell. War with Russia and China. I'm very excited. Because if Glenn says it, we're definitely in. We're definitely going. Yeah.
See the violence and the uprisings happen more and more. And this is a beginning of something that you're going to see in the world. This is not an American.
Yes. Rumors of wars and rumors of wars. Huh. Yeah.
Thing. You know, they're making these into Trump supporters. Well, where are all the really? In Germany, those are Trump supporters that are those.
No, they are white nationalists. Those aren't Trump supporters. You're the one. I mean, I guess it's an accidental, like, what is it? An inverted Freudian slip. That when we talk about Trump supporters that are white nationalists, Glenn Beck thinks immediately all white nationalists are Trump supporters, or all Trump supporters are white nationalists. Like it's a ABBA equation.
Trump supporters in Italy and in France that are taking to the streets? I don't think.
No, those would be people who support authoritarianism or dictatorships, or just anti-immigrant fervor in those areas. I don't know what the fuck.
Oh, these are people that know the difference between right and wrong, know the difference between freedom and authoritarianism. That's what's happening. It's not about Trump.
Oh, I say, no, of course not. It's never about Trump. It's nothing to do with Trump. It's simply his supporters, and they believe that the country can't survive without him in charge. And so that's not authoritarian or dictatorship at all.
It's about authoritarianism. And that
yes, it is.
Not going
and their support for it and your support for it
way. Which leads me to this prediction. Gun ownership has already crossed so many lines of popularity. I don't know how many guns we bought last year, but it's now going to cross the lines of the political lines. The
oh, fucking hell. We've seen this shit back and forth dozens of times. Either it's a spike in crime or the rise in, the Proud Boys and the fucking right-wing nutcases that spiked up over the years. You get liberals buying guns, or fucking Bernard Goetz, and then people are buying guns, and then how many true crime documentaries do you have to fucking watch where they just show women are buying guns now? That always happens. Ugh, God.
Coast versus the red states. It's going to cross those lines. You're going to see people who thought they were against guns going out and buying guns, and you will see.
No. What you're going to see, Glenn. And by the way, I would ease off the bread right now. There's a serious. You're retaining something, and I think it's a lot. stop letting Stu pick the restaurants. It's just bad for both of you. I'm serious about this. It's not crossing lines in that you're going to see people buying guns that never bought. You're going to see people buying guns and they're going to be news stories about it, or he's going to make news stories about people that he assumed were anti-gun because they believe you should be licensed, register your guns. Nobody needs fucking, 390 round magazines duct taped together, or a fucking, spiraling drum attached to an auto Glock. I thought those folks aren't anti-gun. They're anti-machine gun in public. We got shit to do, buddy. Self-defense is one thing, but you have to fire more than 9 shots in self-defense. You're probably a drug dealer drawn down on cops, or you're killing your fucking neighbors. We elected the guy who said, buy a shotgun. The fuck is wrong with you?
Happening more and more, which will make guns and gun ownership even on the attack even more, because
everybody's buying them. The left and the right will be equally buying guns, which will mean there'll be even more of an attack. What the fuck? Huh? As guns become more bipartisan, they'll become a more partisan issue. What the fuck?
You're going to have a lot of people that just went out to buy a shotgun because they wanted to protect themselves because they don't believe the police are going to protect them. And they've never done anything. They didn't grow up in the gun culture. They would never take a class from the NRA. The NRA is evil. And so they will not be trained to use the guns.
Yes. And if you don't know, a lot of people will hold a shotgun backwards. Glenn, the first time he bought it, used it as a stool. He had a hell of a time getting his right testicle out of the trigger guard. What? The fuck? People go, if you buy a gun, people go to the range, the store, and a lot of times there's a range attached to it. People go and practice, for fuck's sake. You ever heard of YouTube? God damn. How hard is it? There's a safety. You gotta make sure the chamber's clear and it's empty. If you hand it to anybody, practice good. Like, you don't think lefties who buy guns aren't going to be like totally safety conscious? You know what there's going to be is a huge fucking market for thumbprint locks on your fucking trigger guard and shit like that. They're going to be the ones who actually buy a lot of those fingerprint safes that go in the nightstand to protect the gun so that they can get to it quickly in an emergency, but also keep the kids from getting to it. That kind of shit. By the way, Glenn loves this conversation, and they all love this conversation. He loves it. Shapiro loves it because it makes them sound macho when they talk about guns. All of them flinch like a motherfucker if they fire a airsoft rifle.
That is coming.
You should see these guys full visor, glasses on, and a fucking tack helmet. Pit, 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 pit. That's got some serious kick to it. What's this got in it? Plastic BBs. Oh shit. Pit, 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 pit.
Let me take you to...
Yeah, get on with it, because the world might end while we're waiting for your bullshit.
Well, let me take you...
So, by the way, prediction, let's just so we're clear. Prediction number 1 was guns will be more liked by more people and therefore more controversial and more dangerous because liberals will be like, oh my God, intruder, intruder, bam, 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 intruder, intruder. Freeze, what's your pronouns? Is your shirt locally sourced cotton? No. It's got a hair trigger. Get the fuck out of here.
To war.
Let's just, while we're on the subject, let's do war. Oh, I hate talking about it. Oh, man, some of us have war stories. Glenn, had his colon treated once on camera.
This one, I want to say it's only a Cold War, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, okay, great. Way to nail it down. I mean, this is what real predictions are about. I think there will be one. but it won't be one that's a one. It'll be kind of the ones that aren't ones, but are kind of ones. It's, it might be nuclear war, or it might be a mild trade war, but it's a war. I just see the Lord put the word war in my head.
Or that we're going to get that choice.
Yeah. I don't know. Who's in on the coin toss? Do you have to be an Illuminati member? Okay. Heads, Cold War. Tails, get your thumb on the button, Charlie. I'm going to need a head start. Can you guys, somebody hold this coin? Thanks. Thanks very much. Yeah. No. Yeah, just don't look at it till March.
Russia,
we might be forcing them to attack Ukraine, and that's our fault because we dare to want Ukraine to not be attacked by Russia, which is really none of our fucking business. And we would be in this if we'd have just let Trump manipulate them to get compromise on Biden that doesn't exist. And
is going to go into the Ukraine. And they have warned us over and over again. You better not do anything or you'll pay a very high price. You better not even put sanctions on us or you will pay a very big.
We just did, fucko. We just put more sanctions on them. Already. Just during the buildup. We also sanctioned the insurance companies that do the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. What do you mean? You buy that? Apparently, like, Biden is teabagging these red lines left and right then.
Price. Putin is not screwing around. Putin, well, I think it's this week. Is it this week or next week that the interview with the president comes out? I did an interview with President Trump last week.
Former President Trump.
I'm sorry, 3 weeks ago. And
yeah, nope. I'm sure it's still relevant. I'm sure the details that have switched during this time, he's not even up to the actual news at that time. So I'm pretty sure he doesn't know what the fuck has happened in the last 3 weeks.
It comes out here in the next few days, and he talks about Putin and President Xi.
Oh, you mean President Xi? Unless there's, I don't know, are we at war with Dr. Zeus's, with Whoville? Dr. Zaius. Oh, it's Planet of the Apes, I see.
They have Joe Biden's number. They know who he is.
Yes, they do. They know he's the president of the United States. They have a number. It's not his actual personal number. They talk through the State Department. It's a Zoom code that they get to use.
Joe Biden just might be dumb enough to play into their hands.
play into their hands by sanctioning Russia for the military buildup, which he already did. Yes, President ZZ Top. He's got legs, and he knows how to use them. That's all you need to know.
But I think we're headed towards at least a serious Cold War with Russia and
I don't give a fuck. They have a smaller economy than California. If they didn't have nukes, we wouldn't give a rat's ass. We'd have the same conversations we have about them as we have about Romania. Who cares? They are to be managed.
Serious Cold War with China. Because if Russia goes in to...
Yes, because Russia goes into Ukraine, and they're going to go into Taiwan at the same time because they think we can't walk and chew gum at the same time, and we're alone. Apparently, again, the European NATO leaders supporting Ukraine just like we do. They've got a lot of people and materials. They're putting in military stuff. We're doing it, but they're doing it with us. There's ships in the Black Sea. There's all this other stuff over there. Dealing with Russia over there. Meanwhile, let's see. Hold on. And I'm sure that Trump didn't know this 3 weeks ago because it just happened today. Let's see. U.S. Straight. Whoops. There you go. Today, news. Let's see. There was a newer one. They just did a story about it. I'm going to find it. Hold on. Why are these not in order? Well, it doesn't matter. Here's a bunch of them. Here's a bunch of these. China condemns latest U.S. warship transit of Taiwan Strait. U.S. and Canadian warships. Oh, and Canadian warships sailed through the Taiwan Strait last week. U.S. warship transit sensitive Taiwan Strait. It's very, yeah, with no lube. U.S. warship cutter transit Taiwan Strait. August 29, 2021. Beijing launches drills aimed at Taiwan as U.S. warship transits Strait. September 18, 2021. Does the SBS, does the U.S. have the right to sail warships through the South China Seas? Yeah, they do, because they do it close enough to Taiwan at the permission of Taiwan. So fuck off. Here's one a month ago. Destroyer USS Milius performs Taiwan Strait transit USNI. Just sailed right between Taiwan and China, right in between. That's what that is. The Taiwan Strait is the Strait of Formosa. It's in between China's mainland and Taiwan. And we're not the only ones do it. You think the U.S. is doing it by ourselves, Glenn? Huh? Here you go. Hold on. UK ships Taiwan Strait. September 28. UK sends. Well, here you go. UK sends warship through Taiwan Strait for the first time in more than a decade. This is article is 3 months old. This is just this is in the last 3 months. This is during the Biden administration as they built the AUKUS agreement, the Australia, UK, US agreement to give nuclear-powered submarine technology to Australia. Meanwhile, while those submarines are being built using U.S. technology, using UK contractors, and the government, the UK, in coordination with us, they are also sending their ships down there, and we are docking our submarines in Perth and in another secret port, I think, in Australia, that the Chinese were building a giant highway system over. They had a contract to do that, and the Australians, because our intelligence told them that they were most likely building like secret surveillance into it, canceled it. And so they knocked off that Belt and Road Initiative. Let's see. How about now we've been coordinating with the Japanese as well. This is Taiwanese news. Taiwanese and Japanese warships track Chinese frigate. PLAN frigate prowls 125 kilometers off the Keelung coast, and the Japanese have a ship, and the Taiwanese have a ship riding right along. Oh, Betty White. Taiwanese and Japanese warships reportedly teamed up Saturday to shadow a Chinese frigate sailing near their respective countries' waters. This is from May. Yeah. We're not by ourselves in protecting Taiwan. The Quad and the AUKUS agreement are both being ratcheted up largely to protect Taiwan from the encroachment of the Chinese government. It's not the Chinese people. Chinese people would probably be better served if the government of Taiwan became the government of mainland China. That'd be fucking awesome. The Chinese people could truly thrive and be safe and actually have a functioning government. But no. Meanwhile, though, we are partnering with the UK, the Japanese, the Indians, and Australia to protect Taiwan with ships and not just because of encroachment on war, but to keep their seas from being overfished by Chinese frigates that are coming out there and stealing fish. The Russians are having that problem. They're knocking heads about that as Chinese fishing boats have been encroaching on Russian fishing waters and stealing fish, and they sunk a bunch of them last week. It's really nutty. But apparently, Glenn thinks that America first means America only, and therefore we're not, no one else is involved in this shit.
Ukraine.
Taiwan people are essentially the friendliest people around. I would agree, Who's News. I have a lot of 我有很多了台湾的朋友, and I got a lot of Taiwanese friends, and they're lovely. lovely, lovely people. I had a 我的中文的老师是台湾人。Taiwan the new ren is a Taiwanese lady was my Chinese coach.
You do nothing. China will go into Taiwan. And
yes, if we do nothing and everyone else does nothing, and if no one gives a fuck, sure,
we will do nothing. And if we do something, then I think it will cause massive problems.
Just great. I mean, this isn't the kind of like geopolitical strategery you get on a bar stool in Podunk fucko, in Port Knuckle, Wyoming. Taiwan is absolutely a country. And and you guys know, 我最喜欢的中国的文化. I love Chinese culture. 我最喜欢中国人. I very much love the 我爱中国人. I love Chinese people. But the government's fucked, and it's sad. It's heartbreaking. And I don't know what Glenn is particularly selling here. Hold on one second. I'm going to switch. I don't know why this particular like if it's just acting up today or what. I just have to like reset it or it starts to jag after a bit. It's very strange.
Yeah.
That sounded a little Beijinger. Yeah, I have a Beijing Korean. I've got a, like I learned how to say like the word movie. You can really tell because I like 我最喜欢中国的电影. Like I'll say 电影 is the Chinese word for movie. 电影 is the Beijing pronunciation, and I picked up a lot of that. Even though my coach is from, like that, I picked up most of my colloquialisms and stuff. She was from Taiwan.
That's maybe an understatement. By the way, it is this week. The Trump interview comes out.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, and it's already out of date and full of shit and completely nonsensical. He didn't even know about the shit I showed, besides the new, advances we've made.
No, when I say massive problems, next hour I'm going to show you what the Pentagon is wargaming for and what the...
Dude, I got news for you. Every so often something will come out, like somebody will like leak documents show the government was showing what it would, that the government had plans to nuke Puerto Rico. Or at one point they were saying, what if they had to strafe bomb Cincinnati, Ohio with live turkeys? Like, the fucking Pentagon has wargamed everything. There's somebody in the Pentagon who's had to write up a fucking version of a war where it starts here, spreads here, this happens, then we do this, and they've gamed it out multiple ways because we're not in wars all the time, but they got to be prepared for a lot of contingencies, and then shit on the ground changes, leaders change, people change, the governments fall, there's coups, shit like that, so they have to regame it and go, all right, well, what do we think the chances are that if there was a civil war broke out, it would go this way? But they do that all the fucking time. So anytime somebody's like, leaked documents show the Pentagon was saying, like, what if we assassinated Francois Mitterrand? If we built a time machine and killed Genghis Khan, what would be like, and then it comes out and Democracy Now! Is like oohing and eyeing about this. You're like, motherfucker, yes, it was a WKRP reference. Well spotted, Mr. J. Like, that's what they do. Of course they do. And you can't say the Pentagon is working on a game plan for war with blah, 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 if you don't go that because that's what they fucking do for a living. All they do is play Risk 24/7.
Build Back Better people are preparing for. It fits right into...
Yes, Build Back Better in the Pentagon. It's part of the military-industrial preschool complex.
Us responding and China or Russia responding to us.
Yeah. Oh, what, Glenn? What? You're telling me that the Department of Defense of the United States, the largest economy in the world, the biggest military in the world, the voice of freedom on the entire fucking planet, the premier democracy on Earth, You're telling me that our military games out dealing with the two biggest gangster dictatorships in the world on the regular? Of course they fucking do.
So
God.
You need to know it. I'm tired of
you looking at the fucking ceiling as you pull this shit out of your ass. You're not. It's like he's like, what is that up there? Glenn has been increasingly doing this lately. It's like he's trying to be the anti-Greg Kelly. All Greg Kelly does is look at his fucking desk the whole show. This guy. And Glenn's like, when I really think about it, quick, think of something that isn't. You're really losing them here, Glenn. It's just bullshit. These thoughts are. Say something incendiary, but that no one can check you on, so they'll tune in tomorrow. Like, that's what this is.
The most important time in my lifetime on the direction of humanity, and we're not involved at all. That we're not given the information. It's out there, but when you bring it up, people either say that's crazy, that's not gonna happen, or you're a conspiracy theorist for even bringing it up. Things are happening.
Yeah, there's a conspiracy. Things are happening. Since when? Hold on. When the fuck did things start happening? I call bullshit. I'm gonna flag this. Somebody flag this. I can't believe this is on YouTube. Jesus Christ. Stop sucking yourself and start speaking.
In the world, the maps will change in the next few years.
Yeah, and by few, I mean 3 or 100. And by maps, I mean not necessarily national lines, but like, if you really think about it, Bitcoin. Fuck.
Our society will change. Jobs.
Really? Where did you get that idea? Shit. It's like he's sitting there with some sort of like little windmill thing that he made that he hand cranks. One of these days I'll be able to make sound with this thing, Ma. One of these days I won't have to crank the car started. Oh, Glenn, you dreamer.
Will change. You will not.
Hold on. I believe in change. I gotta change my underpants. I know the world's gonna change one day. Tell me all about it, Mr. KFC face.
Not recognize your life at all by 2030.
I know, I don't. I hope not, because right now, I sometimes poop standing up. And when I stop doing that, I don't want to start doing it again until I'm 94.
You won't. And that's even if the best things happen.
Oh, that's good. If the best things happen, I'm not going to recognize my life. We're all going to live in the metaverse. And we're going to live in the sunshine with the Smurf Village. And every day we'll get up, wake up in bed, go wash our pits, have a cup of juice, and then attach a tube down our throat so we can get all our sustenance, and then get put in our catheter, a fresh one every day, and then put on our VR goggles and go to work where we play all day and make sunshine rainbows.
Things are changing rapidly.
You don't have to tell me. Tomorrow, I'm wearing matching Garanimals. I'm going all giraffe.
So I'll get into the economy here just a little bit.
Oh, I don't understand. I can't do it. It's a lot. Perhaps I can help you. Are you going to talk about the Great Reset, my friend? I'm from former Soviet and future Soviet Union, yes? Tell us, Glenn, how we will turn the whole world into socialism, yes?
Gas prices are going to stay high Now, the Democrats say that
Just like Joe Rogan.
they're going to be able to fix these gas prices so it'll come down, right after the summer. What a surprise it would come down.
Well, it's going to go up for a little while till we get this whole Gazprom thing fucking freaked out. And then once we start supplying lots of oil and natural gas to the Europeans, they'll be sucking off our hose in the afternoon, in the evening, in the day, in the humba, hey, ha. Listen here, Goomba. I tell you something else. The Americans will start digging their own oil and at the same time digging their own grave.
They predict the lowest price will be in November.
Shocking.
Okay.
Well, this is very timing because we are puppet mastering the whole Democratic Party from over here. What we're trying to do is make sure that they stay in power. Since we tried very hard to keep Trump in, but since it's not working, you got to roll with it, as the REO Speedwagon says.
Wait, they're really saying November?
They're really saying November. Really.
Well, that's someone's really saying November. I suppose we should look that shit up. Let's see. I guess I just want to know what stocks to buy. I have all my money in Tesla right now. That's all I'm telling you right now. Gas prices set to come down in November. Let's see, something like that. Oh, the government says this. Of course they say this. Yes, I would like to accept your cookies. Look at this. How do they know? It's amazing to this. It might, obviously, supply chains being what they are, we can only hold the gas back. Don't worry, Glenn. I and my Saudi Arabian friends will do everything we can to make sure that the gas prices stay high. But we can only do so much. We can only... Yes, keep on the rolling. REO Speedwagon. You don't know? He's one of my favorite. I once smuggled that cassette in my buttocks. Home for Christmas. Yes, currently, it was very difficult to do. Because I had, along with it, a pair of blue jeans. Still in the wrapper. With the little tags on it. It wasn't so much the jeans rolled up and stuck up my anus that I had to sneak into my home under black market rules. But that when it still had, the sticker that says what the sizes are, the width and the length and the thing, and then the piece of cardboard over it scratched. It scratched a lot. It was not comfortable at all. I had a very hard time with that. And don't get me started on the fucking shoes.
That would be a stunner. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Prices of fuel in June could climb to $4.13 per gallon.
Yes, it is the rotten corporate capitalists who are stealing money from vacationing Americans right when their kids get off from school. Well, it is almost as if they've thought this up already and they do this every year that there isn't a lockdown, I suppose. Also, if you'll notice, it is not always freezing in Russia, but under orders from Putin, that we now always come with snow.
However, gasoline prices expected to drop to $13.16 per gallon in October or November.
$13. That's a lot. Man, you would think he would seem a little more excited about that number. Say that again, fuck knob. What was your face? Hold on, Mr. Man. I'm going to go... Look, we call yevshidnesh, which is calling bullshit in my country. We call it... I call bear shit. Run that by me. Run that number again by me, big boy.
However, gasoline prices expected to drop to $13.16 per gallon in October or November of this year.
Well, that's amazing. Dropping from $4 in June to $13 in October and November. That's amazing. The Americans and their credit default swap capitalism math have done this. Oh.
What a surprise.
It's very... let me tell you right now, I'll be fucking surprised. let me tell you, because the average Russian, my friends, we make $9,000 a year. That's about $30 more than the average Chinese person. Not good. And there's lots of us. And we'll be very happy if, since we only make oil, I don't know why, the market for fur hats and monocles has really taken a shit in the last few years. I put all my money in borscht, and the fucking cabbage market just dropped out. It was completely depressing. But in this whole thing, what if the gas prices go to $13 a gallon? Here's the 10 large to fix the situation. I'm going to be like Boris the Blade.
That might happen. I don't think.
As hard as the Soviet hammer and as bent as the sickle that crosses it. You know what I'm saying to you?
They're going to be able to put the genie back in the bottle. What do you do to get your gas prices down?
I don't know how you get your gas prices down from $4 to $13. That's some high fucking math. This is next level genius show. Is your asshole plugged into that supercomputer behind you? I don't know what that is. Is that like, that's not GB for Glenn Beck. That's Gigabrain. You are plugged in, clearly.
Have to either import more, which they might do, but where are you going to import it from?
Here's hoping, comrade, because we're going to slide a little bit of that through the Nord Stream pipeline, get it out into Germany, get it underneath. Yes, there was a Snatch reference for you, Jennifer. Get it into a little truck, drive it across Romania, put it on the boat in Greece, chug it, have someone row all the way to the United States, pour it on the beach, and start over again. $13 gallon of gasoline, here we go. By the way, for the record, the only prediction he's made about gas prices is that they will be $13 a gallon in October of next year, and that will be a good thing, according to Glenn Beck.
Russia? No.
No, believe me. Go ahead and say it. I don't make a difference. Distinction without a difference, as we say.
Saudi Arabia? No, they're now in bed with China. So where does...
What? They're what? Those bastards. I thought they loved me. But we had an understanding about cheap gas. We have the greatest cheap gas in the world. Let me tell you. So depressing.
Where does it come?
China,
food prices are going up. U.S. housing prices. Do you know that the price of the average house went up 18% in October of last year?
In October of last year, they all went up 18%. Crazy. The cost went up so much. And I don't understand this gigabrain thing. Year over year. Oh, I see. So, from the year before when no one could move to this year when everybody wants to move, and they'd saved up some money, and they're like, hey, fuck this, we don't need this shit. Let's get it out of town, baby.
Economic turmoil is headed our way. But...
oh, it's my favorite thing. But, wait a minute. What but? No, just leave it. Economic turmoil. Destroy America. Yes, yes.
The good news is there is help coming.
That's, by the way, for those of you that don't know, that's what Putin says right before he taps Glenn on the top of the head. But Glenn doesn't speak Russian, so it's always a surprise.
My final prediction.
That's not a goatee. I'm personally ashamed. I have crossed my own dirty line, and there's no going back now.
Hillary Clinton is going to try to run again.
No.
I bet you.
Really?
Bet you.
Well, we're for it, you know what I mean? Because I have a friend who, he has all this leftover compromat on Trump that nobody wants it. Now nobody wants to buy it. Maybe Hillary will buy some of it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you need someone smarter. You need someone else to deal with this Hillary Clinton business. Who could that be? I don't know. You'll figure it out in a moment. I'm back.
Else do they have?
Oh, God.
Who else do they have?
Well, they do.
Well, they do currently have the sitting president.
The sitting president of the United States that I think they're going to try to run.
Yeah. No.
They also have the sitting vice president of the United States who certainly wants the job. Agreed.
They need somebody compliant. They need somebody that can...
Well, I mean, I will say that Kamala has, even with edgy poll numbers right now, the one thing that she doesn't have to deal with is a statistically significant amount of our party wanting to hang her.
Or sanity. Look, I'm not that guy. They're going to try it again.
You think?
I do.
Because she is, I don't even think popular with the left.
No, she's not.
They can't stand her.
Which also goes for just throw her on the fire, because you're going to beat Trump this time. You're going to beat Trump this time. I think
they all think they can.
Yeah, they all think they can. They can all beat Trump next time. They all can. They absolutely can.
Trump.
Well,
don't you think?
To that. Good luck.
I mean, they might not be right, but I think they all think they can do it.
I don't know. Without any, I mean, if the Republicans take control, it'll be hard for them to, because hopefully the Republicans will be on it when it comes to election fraud. And they will be pushing.
Yes, believe me, if there's any election fraud, the Republicans will be right in the middle of it.
States to make sure that you are batting down the hatches in all those states.
They definitely have looked at that a lot already at the state level.
Correct.
Yeah, and found that in all the cases where they're making prosecutions, save one, I think, they're all Trump supporters.
But
enough about the villages in Florida.
You know, they I think see Trump as eminently beatable. I mean, I think they think that he's the guy that they can beat. I think they're trying to goad him to run because they think they can beat him, where they don't think they can maybe beat a Ron DeSantis in 2024. I mean, again, I'm just throwing that.
Yeah, just throw that out there. I mean, Glenn's not on board. He doesn't think DeSantis is. Yeah, fucking hell.
No, yeah, I don't think that they're necessarily right about that, but I think that's what they believe. I think they believe Trump is the most beat.
Oh, this is I see. We're doing Family Feud right now. I don't have to tell you what I think. I just can tell you what I think other people think.
Which is hilarious. I mean, they've already beaten him.
Hillary Clinton is going to try to run again in 2024.
If this one's right, it's going to be an amazing one.
Crazy.
Because she should.
First of all, fucko, these aren't 2022 predictions. That's a 2024 prediction. The fuck does it have to do with next year? Good
Crazy.
God.
Go, please, just go away.
But she's not.
No.
But she's not.
She refuses.
She at least believes she has a chance in 20.
By the way, my compliments to whoever runs Glenn's YouTube channel. I want to thank you. I feel all of us owe you a debt of gratitude right now that we can never repay. I appreciate your targeting. I appreciate your strategy overall. I think this is quality work that you're doing, and I think we are all Glenn Beck's social media manager right now. We can't shut it off entirely, but we can cover it up as best we can.
For right now, she at least believes it. I don't know if the party will believe it, but I think it's going to happen.
By the way, those were maybe 4 predictions, right? These fuckers. Glenn gives 6 2022 predictions. Yeah, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and a like and all that kind of stuff. I'm like swimming uphill against it. Look at 667,000 subscribers. Just saying. I mean, granted, they bought a shit ton of them when they rolled into town, because that's what you do when you're starting a production entity online. You just by about 300,000 subscribers. But still, yeah. Like and subscribe to the show. We got to clear 28K sometime this week, right? In theory.